Hey Flosstube, to start off with today, I've got those two charts generously gifted from Janet P that I've got to give away. Edith McClanahan, you are the winner of the Christmas Quaker chart, and the Unner 81, you are the winner of Pet All the Dogs.
Happy Friday, Flosstube. Hello, crafty friends. And happy World Cross Stitch Day. That is today, Friday, August 14th, World Cross Stitch Day. How exciting is that? I did a little bit of cross stitching this morning with my morning coffee. But other than that, sitting down to chat with you is my break from cutting bat. I have been cutting bat all afternoon and it is hot here today. It is blazing hot. So I've got the window open. I've just closed it now because it was a bit windy and I know that that tends to make whistling noises in the camera. So I've just closed the window. So I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to chat for too long today because it's just too hot to keep that window closed. Other thing, just briefly, I know, and I'm sure it's to do with my totally crummy lighting in here. I know that the focus has been a bit of an issue. Sometimes my face goes in and out of focus because the camera tries to focus on the project bags that are behind me. So I've tried to bring the camera just a little bit closer to my face, and I'm recording in late afternoon. It is 3:45. So most of you are probably, doing your stitching anyways, so it doesn't really matter. And I always try to make sure, if I can see it clearly myself, I try to make sure that if I'm showing you something, I try to make sure that that's in focus. So if my face goes in and out of focus, I'll apologize. But my budget for lighting around here is, well, I just bought a new work light for the room, but I don't have any fancy camera lights or anything like that. So apologies. Yes, I bought another Verilux LED floor light, and I just ordered it off Amazon because that's the one that I bought to use in the main part of the cottage for my stitching at nighttime. And I was really, really impressed with both the quality of the light and the cost. I think it was $89 Canadian plus tax. And the other, was it last week, I was working late and I dragged that light in here and plugged it in, and it lit up the whole room because it's quite a small room and the light is very nice and bright, and it just lit up the whole room. So I ordered a second one. It arrived, and so now I'm using that. Hooray! But yeah, in the middle of the day, that's not going to do much for me at all. So, a couple of things to share. First of all, I will have put the photo clips in at the beginning of the winners of the charts from Janet P, who is very generously going to mail those out to those two lucky winners. I will have just put them in at the beginning, and I'm going to do a voiceover so that the winners of those charts will look up and see your name, because one of them wasn't a name, it was like a YouTube handle, and there were like 250 odd comments on that video. And so in order to then go back and find those comments, because the YouTube comment picker just, does its thing, it does its magic. I put the URL of the video in it and it works it all out. I would then have to go back into all 250 of those comments and start scrolling through and try to find the winners. It would be a big help to me if you see your name, and I will announce them out loud. I will have announced them out loud. So I'm probably repeating myself because I haven't recorded that part yet. I'm going to say all of that again. Never mind. It is hot. I think it's making me a little more Caroline today than normal. So that was the first thing, was the giveaway charts. Those two charts, they're just... I really want to get that Pet All the Dogs started, but I didn't bring it with me because I knew, well, I brought everything else. So, but I'm thinking about it, and that you think about it and you think about it and you think about it. Yeah, that's been me all week, but that's okay. other thing that I wanted to mention, because I think this is quite big, exciting news. This was a comment left to me from Martha DeWald, and she is a lady in the know. Martha, I think I was showing my Quaker, I might as well just show it again, right? So, whew, okay, so Quaker diamonds. And I was mentioning that I'm doing a conversion with silks dyed by Vicki Clayton of hand dyed fibers. And the Vicki Clayton stopped dyeing silks a while back, a number of years back, and her threads are, first of all, they're gorgeous. They're beautiful. They were well priced, really nice, really, really good quality. And then she stopped making them. So they sort of became like this bit of unicorn item to find. Well, Martha tells me that Vicki might actually be dying again. So, and not just actually, it looks like she is dying again. So Martha sent me a link to a Facebook group, which I joined this morning. I'm going to do my best to remember. I think it was called Hand Dyed Fibers Fanatics. Yeah, Hand Dyed Fibers Fanatics. There, I will put a link in the drop down box below. And then that leads you to a forum that you join on Vicki Clayton's website, I believe. And it's a little bit confusing as to how you go about buying her silk floss. But I think if you read all the rules and you follow it through, I didn't really have enough time this morning to sort it out myself. And I'll tell you, I have no business sorting it out because I don't need to buy any more silk right now. And if I spend any more time getting into that forum, I am going to buy all the silk floss. So, but I do know that there are lots of stitchers out there who are actively looking for this floss because it's been so hard to find. So, a little tip for you. To join the Facebook group, Hand Dyed Fiber Fanatics, again, link in the drop down box below, and you join that group, and then there's information on that group about the forum that you need to join in order to make the magic happen. So, yay, that's exciting, right? I know. Her silk is really, really, really nice. I have, because most of my projects are older and huge, I did kit them up with the Vicki Clayton silk way back when it was still being sold. My local needlework shop at the time, Thread and I, carried her silks. I think she was, I think Kathy and Neil were the only shop, maybe one of the only shops in Canada that carried it, so I was really lucky at the time. Beautiful, beautiful silk. So I really hope that helps out a fellow stitcher and that you're able to maybe get your hands on some of it too. So thank you, Martha, for the heads up very much. I know some people are going to be really happy about that. Okay, so World Cross Stitch Day. It is also Friday, which means it's Friday off the grid tonight. My father-in-law is finishing up his 14-day quarantine tonight. So we have some, little celebrations planned this weekend that we can all be together as a family again. So that's going to be really nice. So that leads me to actually to let you know, I'm not going to be able to do a video tomorrow again. I know I didn't do one yesterday, and now I'm telling you I'm not going to do one tomorrow. And I think I've mentioned before, I don't like to do that because I like routine. And so, but I already know I won't have enough time tomorrow to get it done, because I also need some extra time to work on my smalls exchange for the Cross Stitch North Retreat, the Stitch North Cross Stitch Retreat, smalls exchange, because it's, and I'm going to say this out loud, Kimberly, because that's okay. Because this is not giving anything away, except that I probably should have chosen something a little smaller, because the piece that I chose to stitch is Caroline small, not actually small. So once again, but you know what? I wouldn't change a thing because I'm loving this stitch. So Kimberly, if you're watching, close your eyes because I'm going to flash my stitching up on the screen right now. Okay, so don't look. Here's where I am. And so I'm going to just say this part here and this part here so I don't give anything away. But those who are watching, this part here, that took a while. And so I have some more of that to do. But don't you love this part? Look at that. Look at that little part right there. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It's even better than I'd hoped it would be. So I need to spend some extra time. I need a few extra hours in my day. And so no video tomorrow and no video on Sunday. And I'm hoping that that's going to allow me to catch up a little bit with that work. So that's the plan. All right. So I just have to change the battery here. It's flashing at me. Just hang on a second. Okay. There we go. Fresh battery. All better. And Kimberly, I've put the piece down, so you can watch again if you're even visiting with me again today. So I've done the giveaway that Janet so generously has offered, those 2 charts. The other giveaway that I was hoping, I'll be honest with you, all day today I have thought it was Thursday. Literally all day. Even though I've been seeing posts all over the place about, you know, World Cross Stitch Day is Friday, August 14th, I was still thinking it was Thursday. It's not Thursday, it's Friday. And so I was really hoping to do the silk giveaway today because I thought I was going to do Janet's giveaway yesterday. So I'm behind a day. So what that means is on Monday, that's when I'm going to draw the name for the Christmas stars pattern that's within the Silk app that you can get for your iPad for iOS. And I did have a lot of questions about that app, whether it was just for Apple or whether there was an Android version. And at the moment, it is only iOS. It is not available for Android. That may be something they do that they offer in the future, but just so you know, as of now, it's just iOS. And so I will give that. I will pull the name for that coupon code for the Christmas stars pattern on Monday, and I will also have a chart for Because Monday giveaway on Monday. So I'd really like to start that back up again. And I think that's it for today. Yeah, I cut a lot of bat. I cut a lot of bat today, and my batting roll works perfectly. It's perfect. It works so perfectly. Now I want one at home. Genius. Total genius. Now I think what's helping to keep the roll from not, you know, rolling and throwing all the bat on the table all at once is that when we loaded it in, it was slightly squashed. So the roll on the inside isn't perfectly cylindrical. And I think that is helping to keep it so that I only get what I pull down and then it stops. If it hadn't, because there was risk that it was going to just keep rolling, then John was going to make me a little wedge to stick in the back so that it wouldn't keep rolling. But so far so good. Worked beautifully. And then when I was done cutting off the big roll, I just rolled up the extra right back onto the main roll. And I was done, and it was out of the way, and I didn't have to manhandle this humongous, you know, roll of batting. So now it's time for me to go and figure out what's for supper, and then get this video edited and up, and then I think I might go for a swim. I think I might just go for a quick dip in the lake because the water here is very cold. So it's not like going for a swim in a swimming pool. And of course it's it's not everybody's cup of tea because it's a bit, you know, it's sandy and mucky and weedy and that kind of stuff. We have 2 places where we can go swimming. If we go swimming off our dock, it's quite deep off the end of the dock. So you can, the kids like to swim there because they can jump off the dock and they don't have to put their feet on the bottom. Because also if you end up on the rocks that are underwater, of course, they grow algae and they get quite slippery as well. So it's a nice place to go in if you don't want to have to touch your feet with algae and sea stuff and all that kind of stuff. We've never minded it. You know, we've been used to it ever since we started coming up here. So swimming in the lake is just something we do. But I recognize it's not for everybody. But I'll tell you, on a hot day like this, and we don't have air conditioning, and you know, it's a treat. It is a real treat to just be able to dive in and cool off. So I think it's finally time. I haven't gone yet I know, believe it or not, I have not actually been for a swim yet since I got here, because it takes quite a bit. And I'd had surgery and all that stuff. You don't need to know all that. But I think today's the day. Today's the day. Banner day. It's time for a swim. I hope you're well. I know that I've been hearing some of you are entering back into lockdown, and you've mentioned that these videos help to have a little bit of company, a little bit of friendly chatter during the day. And so for that very reason also, it makes me feel badly on the days that I don't put out a video, because, you know, these days especially, we need our friends, we need a smiling face, and just that little bit of extra comfort and care. And so I wish you well. I will see you again on Monday, and until then, I hope you can enjoy a little bit of stitching for your weekend, crafting goodness. And I will see you on Monday. So until then, happy stitching, everybody. Take care.